Hey everybody, welcome to another video of vintage TV and radio stuff. As you can see, I've got a new sign here. This is another Christmas gift from my wife, so thank you, honey, for that. And today we're going to be featuring an emergency radio. It's a Grundig model FR-200 emergency radio made by Grundig Company, a company that was formed in Germany after World War II. They made radios, they made phonographs, they made TVs, they made a lot of stuff. In Germany, I believe they merged temporarily with Philips. And as you can see here, there's a brief history of the Grundig Company and their progress over the decades. A few years back, they were sold to a multinational corporation that buys out old companies, I guess. And now they are in business across Europe. They don't do anything in the U.S., but they sell a lot of products in Europe, as you can see here from their current website. And getting back to the radio here, this is the FR-200 emergency radio. Many critics have called this one of the best emergency radios around. And we're going to zoom in a little closer and show you some of the features of this radio. Okay, starting off, you've got a nice little light. Not an overly bright one, but a light nonetheless. Next to that, of course, is your tuner. Next to that is the frequencies that you can tune in. There are two shortwaves, one AM and one FM band. Down below, you've got the flashlight on-off switch. Then the power selector, off through the battery or the AC adapter or the dynamo. Then below that is a selector knob for whatever band you want. Off to the far right is the tuning knob with a fine tuning inner tuner here, which is kind of good, especially for the shortwave frequencies. And your volume control. Off to the left is the crank, or as they say here, the power generator. This obviously cranks up the dynamo, and that powers the rechargeable batteries that are in the radio itself. They say that you can crank this for about a minute and a half, and it should give you about an hour's worth of battery life, which is pretty good. When you crank it, that little red light goes on, and it also goes on, I think, when you are using the dynamo to use the radio. On the back is your antenna, the earphone jack, and the DC plug for your, I believe it's 4.5 volt, actually, DC power. And then on the bottom is the battery pack, and also where the rechargeable batteries are located. This particular radio needs 3 AA batteries. I'll show you here. This just pops open and flips up. And you can also see where the rechargeable batteries are. And here's a slightly better look at the volume and tuning knobs. As I mentioned, this has the outside knob for tuning, plus you can use this inner knob to do a little finer tuning. And as I mentioned, that comes in especially handy for shortwave broadcasts. And I neglected to mention the nice little plasticky leatherette handle on the top. Okay, before I turn it on, I'm going to crank up the dynamo here. And you just sort of do this. And the thing is, where are you going to put your thumb here? So I'm going to grip it right here, I guess, and crank it. Doesn't matter which way you crank it. Either way's fine. But like I said, if you do this constantly for about 90 seconds, it should hold up to about an hour's worth of battery time on the rechargeable batteries. So I'm just going to do this for a few more seconds, and you'll see the red light is on the top there. Okay. That should be good enough for what I want to do with it. So let's put her down here, and then we'll turn it on and see how it works. Alright, let's switch it on to the battery first of all. I got it on FM, and we'll pop up the old antenna too. That's always good to have up and running. And we'll tune through the FM band quick.
Yeah, I don't necessarily.
So yeah, it's fairly middling as far as the reception is concerned. Not too bad. There's one station that isn't coming in that I thought might be coming in, but that's not working too good. Actually, it might be that right there. That station right there might be what I'm thinking of. All right, so that's not too bad. Okay, let's try it on the AM band and see what we get. Not a whole lot going on here. So this isn't getting much of anything here, not even the local station for some reason. Alright, well let's flip over to shortwave 1 and see what happens here. Normally I don't get any shortwave stuff downstairs at this time of day especially, and especially under these lights and everything, so I would not expect too much here. And let's try shortwave 2. Yeah, so not a lot coming in here. I will let you know that earlier when I was tuning through this, not in front of all these lights, I did get something. And you can see, you can hear that it seems like there's something there maybe, but I'm not getting it right now. Okay, so that's the reception and everything with the battery. Let's flip it up to dynamo. And as you can see, there's really no volume difference here. Let's flip it back to FM here on the dynamo.
424, text Tiger to 4.
I need to get his buzz on. I got a good one from Thoroughwood coming up.
Yeah, so your reception on the FM band is not too bad with the dynamo here. And
The open road.
I would be surprised if this would last for, okay, 10 minutes, 15 minutes with that small amount of cranking I did earlier.
We're listening to Code Switch.
Okay, so the FM comes in pretty good. AM not so much. I would assume that obviously at night or outside of the area that I'm in right now in the basement, you could probably get some decent shortwave reception as well. Let's try that flashlight while we're at it too. There's your flashlight. Not real bright. And apparently you can open it by using a coin here. And let me see if I can get this to work. Oh, here we go. I'm going to pry it open. And I assume this is where you can replace the light bulb if you have to. Yeah, so there you are. This is the Grundig emergency radio. It's the model FR-200. Earlier I did a video on a similar radio made by Radio Shack, and this is the radio that I had had done a few weeks ago. And as you can see, if I can put these next to each other and if you zoom out a little bit, they do look a lot alike in terms of their layout. The Radio Shack one has a slightly bigger speaker, it looks like, and I don't see a light. Oh, I do see a light. The light's on the side here for the Radio Shack one. So these were kind of compared to each other quite a bit when they both kind of came out back in the 90s. And I know this one did, at least. I'm not sure what year this came out, but they were kind of compared to each other, and the Grundig tended to get better scores in the field of emergency radios. So there you are. This is the Grundig FR-200 world band receiver, and of course it was used for emergency purposes more often than not. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and we'll have more vintage TV and radio stuff videos down the road for you. Thanks for watching. Here's a little postscript here. This is away from where I record the videos, and as you may be able to hear here, I can get something on the shortwave radio. So unfortunately, sometimes with those lights and everything else in the way, it tends to mess up the reception. But sure enough, sounds like it might be Spanish. I'm not sure exactly. Anyway, now that's it for our video. Thanks for watching.